Hi everyone, welcome to week 4. We're going to be learning about physical and cognitive development in middle and late childhood, as well as social emotional development in middle and late childhood. We're going to continue describing the developing person at different stages in the lifespan and being able to recognize and apply important developmental concepts in various situations, recognizing that patterns of learning and development vary individually across cognitive, linguistic, social, emotional, and physical areas. We're also going to understand possible causes or sources of developmental change and reasons for disturbances in the developmental process. Okay, you're going to be reading chapters 7 and 8 in your text this week. Please note materials needed for success. You have one assignment this week, and there is no longer a PowerPoint due, so that is good news. I have taken that out of this round of classes and going forward. So that is good news. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, just ignore it. And you're going to be posting 3 responses to your classmates. Please make sure those are a minimum of 150 words each. Okay, some interesting facts on cognitive and physical changes and language development in middle and late childhood. Okay, this is a stage of slow, consistent growth. Most children in this age group still do not get enough exercise for their age, which is of concern. There is rapid growth in the prefrontal cortex, so we're going to see greater cognitive control, which takes me to the point where this is a stage of the concrete operational thought of Piaget. And approximately 80% of children with a learning disability will also have a reading problem at this age. And ADHD diagnoses are on the rise. The deal with ADHD is that it is both under and over diagnosed. So the children who need it the most are not getting it, and the children that don't need it are getting medicated. So there is some research that if children actually do need ADHD medication and do not get diagnosed, and or their parents will not let them take an appropriate medication for them, there may be a link between that and future drug use with stimulants, such as cocaine, abusing Adderall, that sort of thing, because the actually ADHD medication, they are often stimulants, and so when someone can't get what they need and don't know that that works, then they're self-medicating when they experiment with drugs. For language development, there is research that pushes for the whole language development, but there's also steady research that phonics is still just as important, so we don't want to throw phonics out. And then when we're looking at social and emotional development in this age, children are going to be able to increasingly take another person's perspective, and they're going to, if they have self-efficacy and self-regulation, meaning they can take care of themselves and be responsible and have regulation, that's linked to competence and achievement. And at this stage, Erik Erikson says we're looking at industry versus inferiority. So you can see by now children may start struggling with reading, and this is going to impact their self-esteem. So we want to make sure we catch those things early and we start giving them the supports they need to be successful. You're going to be looking at Kohlberg's moral development, and you're going to read criticisms of Kohlberg's moral development by Gilligan. She's going to say, I believe she says that it doesn't take into account a female perspective as well. And families are really important during this time, but children are probably going to be starting to be a little bit more interested in the peer group, and the culture of children is going to eventually take over in adolescence. So it is very important that parents still provide secure attachments during this time. That will lead to lower anxiety and depression in children. And watch out for the start of bullying. That is not a good thing these days, and it seems to be pretty rampant, so we need to be aware of that. children in this age, the prefrontal cortex isn't fully developed now or even in adolescence. So when we're seeing children feeling depressed or anxious, and we're seeing a rise in suicide in this age, it's because they believe that the temporary emotion they're having is a permanent state. They can't see down the road to tomorrow. So we need to educate them on, these are temporary feelings, and to get them help when they're being bullied or when they're depressed or anxious. Okay, have a wonderful week 4. You will be halfway done at the end of this week. Let me know how I can help you.